Hi guys, this is episode number 4, and today it's a very interesting episode. We're going to talk about why high performers cannot slow down, which means why can't they actually sit and say, I need to just breathe. Let's start. So you're the type of person who gets uncomfortable doing nothing. You finally get a free moment, but you don't feel relief. So you directly have to open your laptop, you check your phone, your body is still in stress mode. Your body is not used to slowing down, and it considers rest as unsafe. Today, I want to talk about something many high performers don't realize. Your productivity keeps you busy from actually feeling your emotions. Yep, I said what I said. In most coaching conversation, often people who are incredibly capable, they manage businesses, they create, they solve problems. From the outside, their life looks driven and successful. But when we begin exploring their daily rhythm, a pattern appears. Their schedules are full, and when I ask what happens when you slow down, the answer sounds more like, I feel anxious, my mind gets loud, I don't like where my thoughts go. And by the way, this is also very common with a lot of people. You see people, they cannot drive without putting music. People who cannot sit down while not being on their phones. There should always be a noise in the background. Why? Because they are so afraid to sit with the discomfort of their own feelings and their own thoughts. So this is not just for high performers. I feel like a lot of society does this. We always need to listen to music. We always need to be doing something. The TV should always be on because simply we do not know how to rest. So they run away by giving themselves more work because it's easier to work than to actually sit with the emotional load they are going through. So let's get direct. Let's name what's happening. Many high performers develop what we call productivity attachment. Work becomes the safest emotional environment. So why does this happen? Because you know what to do. You know how to succeed. You receive feedback quickly. However, on the other hand, emotions are very unpredictable. The nervous system learns, if I stay active and keep moving, I will be safe because I won't have time to feel what needs to be felt. Over time, productivity with emotional avoidance stops being a tool for success or for achievement. And it can look like this. Always busy. You feel guilty when you rest. You can't sit with silence. You just cannot. It will kill you. I know. And here's what's ironic. This behavior is praised and is rewarded by society. You are emotionally exhausted, but bravo, you sacrifice for the business. Works become emotionally numbing, but socially, it's approved. And we do see this a lot in business owners, and especially in artists who are still trying to develop and still trying to grow. They become so overwhelmed with everything they need to do because they are so scared to sit with the feeling of being scared, of uncertainty, especially in the business and in the art industry. So they kind of put a lot of work on themselves so they don't have to sit with the feeling of being afraid, of uncertainty, and of just not knowing what's going to happen tomorrow. Let's understand what's happening internally. Your nervous system is always trying to maintain emotional stability. I say this all the time. Your nervous system seeks safety before it seeks happiness and fulfillment. Safety is a priority. Happiness comes later. When difficult emotions arise, sadness, fear, loneliness, uncertainty, whatever it is, the brain looks for regulation strategies instead of actually sitting and feeling these emotions, as I just said. Some people use distraction through entertainment. You're always on your phone, right? You always need to play. You always need to do something. High performers often use achievement. You move directly to action. You need to do something. You know why? Because action creates dopamine and a sense of control. So productivity reduces emotional discomfort for a short while though. But emotions that aren't processed, they don't dissolve. They wait. They will keep knocking on your door until you open. And if you don't, they will crash their way through. Believe me when I say this. Many people subconsciously fear that if they stop, they might feel all the exhaustion, the grief, the self-doubts, and the loneliness. Now, don't get me wrong. There is nothing wrong with ambition and discipline. The problem appears when your worth becomes tied to outcome. Business owners, achievers, and artists share creativity as a common value. They need to constantly create. Real creativity emerges when the nervous system feels safe enough to feel and not to perform. And you wonder why you are stuck. Your feelings are the pathway to creativity, and you've been ignoring them for so long. I want you to think of the concept of creativity and link it to the child. A child is very creative. A child has no limits. He does whatever he wants, whenever he wants. He doesn't care about being perfect. He doesn't care about what other people are going to say. He creates because he feels the need to create and to express himself. So I want you to do the same. Society can pressure you a lot. That's the reality. It's sad, but that's true. You feel the need to I want to perform, I want to create my art, I want to do my business so other people like me and like what I do. But I will invite you today to actually express your art and express yourself through your business from a perspective of a child. Do whatever you want to do, whatever feels right for you, not for anyone else. Let's make this practical. I want to share 3 tools. The first tool, I call it the pose. Once per day, create a 5-minute pose with no stimulation. Yeah, I'm serious. No phone, no music, no planning. I just want you to sit down with yourself. Notice what appears. What thoughts fill your head? What sensation do you feel in your body? The goal here is observation. You are rebuilding tolerance for emotional presence. Tool number 2, the deep question. Ask yourself, what emotion am I afraid will appear if I stop all of this? Write the first honest answer, not the logical one, because probably it's going to be like, I might feel inadequate, I might feel lonely, I might realize I am really tired and exhausted, I might feel lost. This question reveals what productivity may be protecting you from. Tool number 3, redefine rest. Many high achievers misunderstand the concept of rest. There should not be a pressure for outcome when you are resting. So try this. Go for a walk without a destination. Sing for no reason, even if your voice is ugly. Create without outcome or the need to be perfect. Just create. And I do want to focus here on creation without outcome and without performance. I want you to be able to create art that only makes sense for you. I don't want you to share it with everyone. It's just something for you and yourself. I want you to be able to create from a place of rest and a place where you're not pressured to perform. I want you to sit with this. Let's say your schedule suddenly slowed down. I want you to take a deep breath and ask yourself this. Who would you meet inside yourself? I don't care about titles or achievements, age, name, nationality, just you as a human being. Notice what feeling comes up as you imagine that. Business owners and artists, actually everyone, not just business owners and artists, we do define ourselves with our roles, our jobs, our reputation, our age, our nationality, whatever. But this is not who we really are. This is not our identity. Our identity is built on our values, our hopes, our dreams, our intentions, the way we carry ourselves as humans. So I do want you to think of that on a personal level. After this episode ends, I want you to sit and ask yourself, if I do not have any titles or any roles, if I am the only human being on this earth, who am I? How would I define myself? Who do I want to be? It has nothing to do with money. It has nothing to do with performance. It's just something that you carry between you and yourself. And as you do that, sit with the child inside of you. Because that child, the younger version of yourself, they know. They know everything. But sadly, society placed pressure on us. They conditioned us and they needed us to be something that we are not, just to fit into their expectation of life. So I re-invite you today to connect more to who you truly are, regardless of those positions. A reminder, I offer a one-on-one 3-month program for business owners, artists, and leaders who feel successful on the outside but are lacking true fulfillment from the inside. Go to the link below to book your first discovery call directly with me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow me on my Instagram account @TheAuthenticCoach. I will see you soon.